Wellington Paulisteritis. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about West Ham are about to sign a player, which should be a good thing, shouldn't it? Signing a player is good news for any club in January, by the way. Particularly for West Ham, it's got to be good news, isn't it? We're struggling down in the bottom of the league. Some of the new signings haven't quite worked out. We've got a bit of a defensive injury crisis. Why wouldn't we want to bring in a player in January? However, the word I said at the start, that's not actually a word, I made it up. Wellington Paulisteritis. So basically, itis is basically an ailment. And the Wellington Paulista bit is a player's name. Do you remember? He was a Brazilian footballer. We brought him in under Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce didn't know we were bringing him in. David Sullivan basically said, here you go, here's a player. And, of course, he didn't get played. Managers don't like that sort of thing, really. Anyway, you can see where I'm going with this. So the player in question is Sao Paulo's Luizão. You'll know this already because I'll have stuck it in the thumbnail somewhere or in the title. We're quite a way down in terms of... I don't mean down the league. I mean, we're quite a way down the road in terms of transfer negotiations. His transfer is up at Sao Paulo. There's a bit of a weird dynamic going on. He doesn't want to sign a new contract, so he wants to leave on a free, but he thinks Sao Paulo should get some money, but he doesn't want to sign a new contract. I can't make up my mind whether that's good or bad. It smacks of a bit of a contradiction, actually. But I think it's quite good in as much as he wants his old club, or his soon-to-be old club, to get some sort of money for the effort that they've put in. I like that. That's a commendable trait, certainly. But he doesn't want it that bad that he's willing to sign a new deal. I don't know. Look, what do we know? We're not on the inside of these things, certainly. However, the club have let it be known and have certainly leaked that we are very, very close to signing him. Or at least we're negotiating with him. The negotiations are going quite well. And negotiations have even got to the point where we might be willing to chuck a bone at Sao Paulo and say, well, there you go, here's a little something for your trouble, possibly in the way of a sell-on clause. However, here's the thing, David Moyes doesn't appear to know anything about this transfer. Well, he knows it might happen, but this is not his transfer. And as I understand it, this is also not the work of Rob Newman, which is why I've labelled it a possible Wellington Paulisteritis. Possibly, just possibly, this is a punt by the owner, by David Sullivan. Possibly an agent has recommended this player to him. I don't know the fine details. However, I've had a little look at this player. In fact, I spent the last 20 minutes looking at this player, so you don't have to. What do we see with this Wellington Paulista? Because I've seen it reported that he might be a defensive midfielder. It doesn't look like it to me. It really doesn't. 20 minutes looking at it, I'm seeing a centre-back. I'm seeing a left-footed, athletic, left-footed centre-back. No frills centre-back, by the way. You know what these videos are like when you're getting all the highlights of all these games for Sao Paulo. If there was anything remotely skillful that he'd done, it'd be in the video. Well, there's not. Because these videos can make anyone look like Pele. These videos can make you look like Ronaldinho. Right? They just take your best bits. All the good stuff is tackle, interception, tackle, interception. Seems to read the game quite well. But he is a left-sided centre-back. That's it. Now, this doesn't seem to be something that is a particularly pressing issue for us at the moment. But it appears that he's available. He's actually available to join a new club in January. We're interested. So are Fulham. Quite a lot, apparently. Apparently Leeds are interested as well. And some Spanish clubs. I don't know where we stand on work permits. He's certainly not... well, as I wouldn't think, it's certainly not the established international that's played the certain percentage of games that you'd have hoped. So I don't know. I don't know where you stand on that one. To be honest with you, I haven't done my research on where the work permit things stand now. Well, now because of Brexit and whatnot, it used to be an EU work permit. Now it'll just be a British work permit. I'm not sure how that differs, how that changes. There were certainly British players were ring-fenced before, in as much as the homegrown quota was there to protect homegrown players, wasn't it? Anyway, that might be gone. He might just get a work permit. Who knows? But I do find it a little bit of a strange one. This is not a David Moyes signing. I'm just wondering, does it mean anything? Does it? Because I'm just thinking 6 months ago, they wouldn't have dared do this. They really wouldn't. Because David Moyes was all powerful, wasn't he? He was the great Oz. He was the omnipotent one. He was he was not someone to be trifled with. I think now you look at his dealings in the transfer market, albeit his or Rob Newman's or a combined pair of them, and I just wonder if now we're seeing a position that actually the owner's thinking he'll push this through. And we know this wouldn't have happened 12 months ago because they tried it with, remember Gabigol from Flamengo? The striker, as a little punt by the owner. And Moyes said no, there's just no way. So in the end, they didn't do it. Now, we've had Barry Silkman on this channel 2 or 3 times. In all honesty, I have a little bit of contact with the odd agent or two. I'd get a little tip off, a little steer on the odd thing here or there as well. And Barry has said, and he said it on this channel, not only does he say it privately, he said it on this channel, that every so often David Sullivan likes a little go. He sees things, he sees a player, and he likes the chance he's had. And I'm just wondering, I don't know for certain, I'm wondering if this Luizão is one of these. Be interesting to see, but I think, as I say, the real interesting point is he feels empowered enough to do it at the moment because David Moyes' managerial stock at West Ham is probably at its lowest point for a little while. Anyway, I just thought that was quite interesting. I just wanted to, as well, Gio did a video last night. If you've not seen the video, go and check it out. It's about Declan Rice, the club. It's another thing they've leaked. They're getting a little bit leaky, eh? Like saying the colander over the English Channel at the moment. It's got a bit leaky at West Ham. So the other thing they've leaked is that they're open to offers for Declan Rice. Gio did a video about it last night. Go and check it out if not. Oh, by the way, we got some Christmas jumpers in stock. So go and check out. If you need a Christmas jumper, I'll stick one on in a couple of days. Go and check it out. We've got a limited number still in stock. We did a load on pre-order. All the pre-orders are gone. We've got some left in stock. If you want them and you want them delivered to your house in time for Christmas, Hammers Chat West Ham Christmas jumpers. It's the only Christmas jumper I'd even dare to wear. Go and check out hammerschatstore.com. Links in the description below. Go and have a little look. So Gio was saying in last night's video about open to offers for Declan Rice. And he made a really good point about they're trying to get a bidding more in early now, so as it does that they don't have to wait until January. And I think he made a number of points about a lot of clubs, and one of them was Man United. About Man United almost, if they were the last club left, then they might be able to offer what they wanted. Now he went on to speak about Chelsea, and I don't think they'll be the last club left. But I just wanted to make the point about Manchester United because I didn't make it in my video the other day when I spoke about Declan Rice. And that is, Man United are absolutely reckless with money. If you look at how they signed Anthony from Ajax, paid well over the odds. Man United already tried to buy this player a few months previously for 50-odd million. In the end, they went back. They ended up paying over 80 million. Because Ajax just kept on saying, no. They really wanted him. I'll give you another example. And so this is not old Manchester United. This is Man United under Erik ten Hag. He don't care. He's happy to spend the club's money, Glazer's money. And let's be fair, they've been stung by this Ronaldo interview. So they're going to be wanting to spend it to sort of appease the fans. And it was Frankie de Jong. They wanted to get Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong didn't want to go. He said, no, I'm happy in Barcelona. I'm happy. My kids are in school. I'm happy here. We've just learnt the language. I don't want to move. I'm surprised more players don't do that. I've said that many, many times. But once you're a millionaire, at some point, you've got all the riches you want. So if you're a club like Barcelona, actually, you've got everything you want as a footballer, then realistically, the happiness of your family, particularly if you've got young kids, you don't be moving them between. It's not good for children. Children moving schools repeatedly for their childhood ain't good for them. So I'm surprised not more people. I think the moment I would have heard that, I would have said, all right, Frankie, fair enough, mate. But bearing in mind he's worked with him before. Fair enough, totally understand. We'll go for someone else. Man United's answer to that was to throw more money at him. And then Frankie de Jong was still saying, I don't want to go. It's not that. It's the family. The family are here. The kids are here. Kids are in the school. Wife's happy. Don't want to move. Oh, right. So what you want is another few million. No, actually, I don't. And they just didn't quite get it, and they kept on throwing money at it. So just one thing I would sort of make the point on with Man United. If Man United get involved in a bidding war, it's no bad thing at all. In fact, it's probably the best scenario. Even though there are clubs with more money, there are probably not that many clubs who are quite as frivolous with their money as Man United are. I mentioned Newcastle the other day. Newcastle, a couple of people corrected me on Newcastle's statement. They won't spend more than they think somebody's worth. Apparently that's their policy. Well, Man United will. Absolutely, they will. So I just found that a little bit interesting, particularly off the back of read a couple of articles after the England game. Jude Bellingham played so well, and it was very much clear that Liverpool were really. It was almost like they were marking out their like a dog against a tree marking out its territory. Liverpool were very much leaking that they were after Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham was theirs. That was their plan, and so yes, very much claiming first dibs on Jude Bellingham. Not that I think you can do that in transfer terms, but I thought it was very interesting. It sort of does bring the Declan Rice availability into sharp focus, I think. So yeah, I just found that really, really interesting. So that's going to run, and I think we're going to see more. The club seem to be about to start leaking a lot of stuff, and when that happens, it starts to hint at another story. It really does, and I think that the only reason they stopped doing all that stuff was because David Moyes initially told them, you've got to stop this. I'm not having any more leaks at the club at all. And they did stop it. They listened to him. I just wonder if what we're seeing now is a little relinquishing, a little yielding of the power from David Moyes' position of managerial strength.